Hey, welcome. We got a pretty quick, easy one for you today. Behind me here is a 2018 Chevy Sonic. Customer complaint is his passenger floor is getting wet when he runs the air conditioning. Now this is really common to happen, especially when it gets really hot and humid outside. Your air conditioning system is known to leave water on the ground when you park the car, right? It's supposed to drain out of the interior of the vehicle out onto the ground underneath the car. It'll drain through a little rubber grommet that comes through the body that looks something like this. And when that drain gets plugged up, or the hose from the evaporator case gets plugged up, the water has nowhere to go. And when that water has nowhere to go, it usually ends up on the passenger side floor. Now this is going to happen on just about every single vehicle out there. It just so happens we're working on a Sonic today. So let's get over to the passenger side of the car and take a look at what we're working with. All right, so the first thing that you're going to have to do under the dash is figure out where exactly that drain hose is for your vehicle. That might require you laying under the dash and looking up underneath here or on the side panel here. Now I see water actually in the carpet right there. So I'm thinking that my hose is somewhere behind this panel, which is actually really easy to get off on a Chevy Sonic. Panel comes right off and there we go. There's our drain hose, and you can actually see that the hose is wet. Now before I'm going to bother touching that hose, I want to make sure I have something to soak up the water. So I have these absorbent, basically pig mats, but you could just throw a towel under here, whatever. We just want the water to go somewhere other than soaking into the carpet at this point, because we have no idea how much water is actually sitting in the HVAC case right now. So the drain is going to run from the HVAC case on the bottom side here through this black hose and then out to underneath the car. So I'm going to just start by disconnecting it here up at the HVAC case, and let's see how much water we get coming out of there. Whoa, yeah. So that was a good amount of water. I'm definitely glad I grabbed these absorbent mats. It soaked through all of them right away. So being that we had the water come right out of the case, our obstruction isn't in the case itself. If we pulled the hose and no water came out, we could have an obstruction in the case side. But our obstruction has to be somewhere in this hose or where it goes through the body itself. So I'm going to go ahead and disconnect the hose on this side. Now this is a 90-degree angle grommet, and actually there we go. I just pulled it out. So this is the side that actually sticks through the body underneath. So this goes together like so. I'm going to go take it over to the air compressor and try to blow some air through it, see if we have any junk stuck in there. All right, so I actually ran the garden hose through it, made sure it's free of all obstructions. So I'm going to go ahead and just reinstall it now, and should be all set to go. Everything should be good, so we'll get the carpet back in place, and I'm going to leave this panel off for now and throw some fans in here so that this can all dry off, because this carpet is pretty soaked. All right, so as you can tell, our evaporator core drain is draining very nicely. This is the only time I like to see a leak on a car, is when it's supposed to be there, when we're supposed to be draining out the evaporator core. Looks beautiful, creating that nice puddle on the floor of water, just what I want to be seeing. So I'm commonly asked, why does this happen? Why does this occur? The car's got less than 25,000 miles on it. It's a 2018. You know, it just depends on the vehicle, depends on where the vehicle's driven, where it's stored. I've seen anything from dirt and junk getting into that drain to, you know, spider webs, spiders crawling in there and creating a web in there, blocking the drain. Whatever it might be, an obstruction in the drain will cause that water to back up and end up on the passenger side floor typically. So we just got to take the drain off, clean it out, and he should be good to go for, who knows, maybe 25,000, maybe 100,000 miles. Impossible to know, but he's all set to go for today. So pretty simple one, guys. Not anything needed, no parts needed, no special tools needed. This thing just has to have a chance to dry out so we don't end up with mold under the dash. But other than that, this car is all fixed up. So if you learned something today, if you enjoyed what you saw, please give us that thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Click the little bell icon on there to ensure that you get notified on our next video when it comes out. So thank you everyone for watching, and as always, happy wrenching. Thank you.